What's up YouTube? My name is Dave from Reproductions Extra, and today we're back with another What If. This is what if fusion was permanent. And I'm just going to jump straight into this part. If you haven't seen part 1, I would recommend watching it, and I'm just going to go straight in. Upon Gohanks returning to the future, we see him happy. He got to save a timeline, at least. He goes back, he's been gone for about 3 days. He heads to that of Capsule Corp, where we see that of a future Videl pregnant. Since Gohanks is sick of waiting for Goku, he kind of shouts to see if he can get King Kai's attention, who does actually hear him. Gohanks asking where his dad is, and if there is any news. And King Kai tells him that the other Z fighters are in an otherworldly tournament, and they haven't found anything. Gohanks is disappointed, but decides to look at the capsules that Bulma gave him before he left back, and finds a ship with the location of a planet called Yardrat, to see if he could possibly find Namek. He heads to Yardrat, giving Bulma 2 sensu beans to see if she can do anything with them. As he heads off, it will take him 2 months to complete his training on that of Yardrat. Upon arrival, Pobara recognizes that he is the son of Goku, and after a conversation, Pobara tells him about Force Spirit Fission to see if that could separate him too, as it is tried, but it does not work, as he has been fused for too long. Gohanks spends the 2 months there learning spirit control. And he has a lot more potential than the likes of Goku and Vegeta does. And he's pretty much able to learn everything, even though he may not use some of it. After this, he then is sat down meditating one day, trying to feel out energy from Dende, and is eventually able to find it, teleporting to Dende. Dende introduced him to the new Grand Elder Mori, and through some wishes of Pobara, he learns that it is out of the dragon's power to be able to defuse him. But he does ask for the likes of Earth to be healed for all the damage that the androids did do, and Pobara is able to do so, but it will cost all 3 wishes to do it. Gohanks is ready to teleport back to Earth, but Dende asks to go with him, as is saying that if Earth needs a new guardian, that he will be it. And Dende goes. Upon arriving on Earth, Gohanks does inform him that the guardian would generally have the lookout, but the androids kind of destroyed that, so there is no more lookout. Dende then spends the next few weeks creating that of a new set of Dragon Balls. And whilst Gohanks was gone, Bulma was able to produce the equivalent of a room full of sensu beans, because she is the smartest woman on Earth. As a week into Dende creating the Dragon Balls, Videl gives birth to that of twins, Pan and Bra, who are both extremely strong. And the other week passes, and Dende is able to create a set of Dragon Balls as strong as Porunga. And their first wish is for the Lookout to be remade, which floats above Capsule Corp. And the dragon unfortunately cannot bring anyone that's been dead longer than a year back, unless they use all 3 wishes. But the upside is that since they're a lot more similar to that of the Namekian Dragon Balls, they only take 3 months instead of the year. The age is now age 790. Bra and Pan are 6. When Gohanks senses 2 sinister keys appear on Earth, he starts heading towards them, but is stopped by Shin and Kibito, who tell him who these 2 sinister energies are. And informs him about what they want. Gohanks tells him that he'll deal with him and teleports straight into the center of Bobidi's ship, immediately killing Bobidi and knocking out Dabura. He then looks about the ship and sees the egg of Majin Buu, wondering he kind of has a plan here. He waits till Dabura wakes up and asks him about it. Dabura does ask what happened to Bobidi, and Gohanks tells him that he's dead. He asks the demon about the fusion, and the demon quite simply tells him that someone in the egg might be able to help. A being that Majin Buu absorbed, the Lord of Lords. Gohanks tells Dabura never to come back to Earth, or he will be dealt with. Dabura agrees and leaves. Gohanks walks over to Majin Buu's egg and gives energy to it, awakening Majin Buu. But Gohanks is a lot smarter than the likes of Goku and them. So he makes a deal with Buu. If he allows him to do something, he'll give Buu candy, if that's what Buu wants. And Buu graciously accepts. Gohanks teleports Buu to Capsule Corp. He goes and gets a few bags of candy and throws one to Buu, telling him not to move. As he taps Buu a few times using Force Spirit Fusion, the Lords of Lords is released, and Buu starts to transform into that of Super Buu. But its personality is pretty much the same. He hasn't devolved anything. He's still like a giant child, with the Lord of Lords kind of rubbing off on him over all these years being sealed together. The Lord of Lords is grateful for that of Gohanks releasing him. He then informs Lord of Lords about his current situation, and Lord of Lords actually tells him that he might be able to know someone who would be able to help, but he would have to wait until they are ready. The Lord of Lords teleports to the world of the Supreme Kais, asking Gohanks if he wants to go there and train, and he kind of agrees, for now at least, and is teleported there as well. He does end up bringing his two kids along, as well as Videl, since she does actually train with him. They then spend the next 5 years helping out the Lord of Lords, training with him. They even release the Elder Kai, who does unlock Gohanks' potential. Over these next 5 years, they go around restoring planets, doing the work that Shin should have been doing, bringing the mortal level up higher and higher, but not by much. During one of these expeditions, they find a planetoid called Vampa, who has a very similar key on it to Goku's, another Saiyan, Broly, who has been there for a few years now alone. After Gohanks tells him that he can get him off this desolate planet, as long as he helps them with everything from now and then, and he agrees. Buu, over these next 5 years, does end up releasing that of Evil Buu, but is quickly subdued and absorbed back into Buu. Whilst they're training and going around helping the universe, Buu does tend to absorb people, and with that his power is actually nearly on par with that of Gohanks, when Gohanks is not using Potential Unleashed. Broly, on the other hand, is probably the second strongest, next to the likes of Gohanks when he's using Potential Unleashed. Broly has been able to unlock the power of Super Saiyan, his own version of it, but unlike it would be in the movie, he can control it through the help of Spirit Control and through the help of Potential Unleashed, which is a bit different with Broly, with his unique Saiyan biology. It actually focuses his mind instead of letting out all of his rage. But 5 years another 5 years have passed, and at the end of these 5 years, a man dressed in all black floats above West City. And that's where we'll end this part off. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's not as long as the last part, but this script was actually a bit shorter. I did have to kind of improvise in places. But until the next video, look left, look right, and where's the music?